Well, welcome back into the vegetable garden here in mid-Norfolk. We come down this afternoon to harvest some Jerusalem artichokes. This is the little patch that we planted up. You may, if you watch our gardening series, have seen us sowing these tubers back in, I think it was May or June this year. Took a while to get going in this new border, but they got away really well, and just look at the growth that they've put on. It's now starting to collapse and die back. So what I'm going to do is lift a couple of these and just see what tubers we've got. I'm not growing these as a single year crop. What tends to happen with Jerusalem artichokes is you never quite get them all up, so you tend to have a patch, if you like, or like an asparagus bed, a bed of Jerusalem artichokes where you just leave a few little tubers in and they just keep coming up year after year. And I think in this position they're so nice and sunny, they're going to do pretty well. So I'm going to cut back some of these just so I'm going to leave about a foot of the stem on and then get a fork under them and start lifting and see what we've grown here this year. So I'm just coming in with a secateurs. You can see the big bulky stems. I've done this one already. Some of them are much thinner, and I think those probably indicate the size of the rhizomes we're going to get under here. But let's just see if I clear this away. I'm starting on this end because I've planted them far too close to my asparagus bed, or what will be my asparagus bed in here. We've still got asparagus to plant out, a couple of rows taken, but they're a little overshadowed by these. So I'm going to get a fork next. And get it under there and then pull up and see what we've got. Okay, my fork's gone in about a foot away from the actual stem, and ooh, look, this is what we're after. Just starting to loosen the earth and then pulling the whole thing up. Absolutely nothing comes away on that. But let's just start digging around and see what we've got. There's a nice clean little Jerusalem artichoke. There's a really nice one there. Just going to have to dig around, I think, because I was expecting them to come up like potatoes, all attached, but that hasn't been the case at all. Let's have another go with a fork and see what we unearth. Well, I've done a bit more digging, and the actual rhizomes are quite a way away from the stem, which is unusual. But look, we have got quite a few decent ones coming up here. I don't want too many of these. Probably looking for about half a dozen. I think this is probably a variety called Fuso, but they were rhizomes which were growing here when we bought the property about 12 years ago, and had been in the same patch for I don't know how many years before that. So the actual variety is going to remain hidden in the mystery of time. But nice clean rhizomes. We're going to wash these through, do a bit more digging around here, and then see what crop we've got. Would expect from a plant that size with that thicker growth to have had considerably more rhizomes around the base, but I suppose this is only its first year and it may, well, as I say, have gone in late, but I'm going to do a bit more digging and see what else comes up. Well, there we go. There's my crop. One plant of the Jerusalem artichoke. Quite nice tubers. Quite often with the Jerusalem artichokes, they're very irregular and a bit like ratte potatoes. You waste a lot when you come to prep them, but these we're probably going to be able to just wash off. They're really nice and clean, grown in this compost. Dog's taking a liking to them. Ted, honestly, don't. So quite pleased with that. We've left some in the ground, got probably 20 or 30 more to harvest, which will gradually do. The beauty of this crop is you can leave them in the ground and just dig them as you require over winter, and it's a fantastic winter vegetable crop that looks after itself without any storage requirements. So we're going to roast these up, digging some beetroot to take up. I'm going to do some leeks in a minute because Kate's going to make some leek and potato soup. So really nice to come down middle of November and be able to harvest some fresh veg off your own patch.